Hello, friends. Topic: recent experience. Last 5 days, I've been out of it. Bad. Spacing, disassociating, cutting up sweet potatoes, putting them in a slow cooker, and not even plugging it in. Doing similar things to that this whole time. Waking up, not even remembering what I did the day before. Spacing out way more than I usually do. Sitting in the kitchen, just standing there. 30 seconds goes by. I snap out of it. Another 3 minutes go by. I'm doing it again. It's taken me a half an hour just to do a couple of simple things that would take me 5 minutes usually. 5-10 minutes. My walking is off. My speech has been somewhat slurred. And I'm out of it. I'm just out of it. So what did I do? I went, and today I didn't have any kind of calciums other than some nuts, almonds. I had rice, I had salt, and I had a little bit of leftovers from yesterday, so there was a little bit of egg, a tiny bit of cheese that would have been inside of that egg. It wasn't much. What have I been doing? I've been eating a lot of cheese. And this is something that I do, is I will start to get a different kind of low or a different kind of depression that is not so much a cognitive issue. I'm still functioning, I'm still walking around, okay, talking. It's different than how it is right now. And the thing that I can share with you is that after today of not eating any cheese, it's been so less than 24 hours, and I already am coming around. My senses are starting to come around. How else can I put it? Is everything okay and everything is wonderful and everything? No, not really. No. And am I cured? No more of this. No, because I keep going into different kind of head feels. So when I bring this stuff up about how I only eat rice for one day, it really does something. And there's something up with the electrolytes. I've mentioned this in previous videos in the DIY depression video. I talk about it a little more. So check out that video if you're interested in that. Right now, I'll briefly go over it again. Pretty much the medications that are given to people with bipolar and mood swings and such have to do with calcium ion channels, or something that has to do with an anticonvulsant, seizures. And lithium has something to do with your electrolytes and being dehydrated. They'll say, yeah, drink a lot of water. Lithium has something to do with dehydration. Alcohol, the medication, has something to do with dehydration. Electrolytes. Exercising has something to do with the movement of cells and electrolytes getting going, and the loss of electrolytes, and then the needing to take them back in. So being sedative, laying around lazy, you're not clearing your cells as much as you would be exercising. So if you are on the same page with me right now, and you're still going with me here. Yeah, I'm not saying to do any of this. I'm saying this needs some attention. And this is something that brings me relief when I do this. Because if I kept eating the cheese over and over again, then, or a lot of calciums, drinking a lot of milk, or doing those types of things, taking a lot of calcium, because I have this massive urge after a while of staying away from it, because, I mean, you need it. Also, my brain is in a certain place of depression and all that the calcium will bring my brain into a different place. And I want that. So I will have my potassium type foods, I'll have my calcium type foods, and lately I've been doing the calcium type foods. And this has been completely out of whack for me, because I've lost my freaking brain here. I'm slower. My cognitive ability has gone down. And when I think about all kinds of different psycho type things, such as schizophrenia and anything, schizoaffective, bipolar, simple depression, I understand the complexities of the brain, where there could be some issues with different parts of the brain, why you could have lower receptors for serotonin. So this isn't all the way across the board. It's not the only thing. I'm bringing up the cognitive attention. So if you're having some kind of slurry talk, and you don't even know what the day is, and you don't even remember what you did 20 minutes ago, or you had a thought to do something and then you forget it 10 seconds later, you didn't write it down, and I'm sitting there thinking for a good 10 minutes, what was it that I was going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to do this, I was going to do that. Well, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about not being happy or depressed or any of that kind of stuff. I'm talking about actual going from having cognitive ability to not having it, to this, to that with your brain, and having different conditions, as I do, which I know other people out there do too, because I've been watching lots and lots of videos. I know that there's people out there that have times where they're spread and they don't know where they're at, man. They're space and heart, and they're to talk, to think, to do anything. So really, this isn't really anything under a microscope or under some lab attention or something you could massively read about online or whatever. And there's some articles out there where they're going to talk about calcium ion channels, potassium ion channels that have to do with bipolar. And just a little bit ago I was reading about schizophrenia, calcium channels, and you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into this. What I can share with you right now is, if you're in this condition that I'm in right now, take the milk out, take the cheese, the yogurt, all that out, take it out for a couple of days. Bring your protein down real low, and just take in some rice, as I do, and it will clear out, and your thinking and your cognitive ability will come around. And as my cognitive ability will come around, I will still have the mood swings, and I'll still have ups and downs. So I'll have more, I'll be sharper, I'll have memory. I'll know what I did 5 minutes ago. And this is one thing that I've got to bounce around, because there's a lot of things that I can share with you. This is a really big one, because these are times when people are saying, "Well, I haven't been. When this happens to me, there's nothing I'm unable to do this or do that." Well, I'm saying, well, check this out, and do it in a way that's good for you as well. So if you have a condition that would be in conflict with that or whatever, you need to talk to who you got to talk to about that. That's your own discretion to do whatever you do, whatever you put inside your hole. If you want to eat McDonald's McFlurries and nachos and Cheez-Its and pizzas and all this stuff, and you're taking, and it's not a very healthy thing for you to take in some rice and salt one day. And you need to get in your pyramid of food group, whatever. Use your own discretion in this. I'm saying this does need some attention. It's something I'm sharing with you there. And it's a simple thing too. And it's something that I'm always having to bounce around. And you got to ask yourself, why is it that these things come and go? Why is it that when you fall into these cognitive times, why is it only during certain times? Why is it not always? So I can identify for sure, at least if it's not calcium or if it's magnesium or any of those things in the cells of the brain, the osmosis, the pumping mechanism of the brain, because that's what it all comes down to. Everything that's going through your brain is through pumping mechanism of sodium, potassium, calciums, glutamic acid. That's the matter going on there, so that way I'm functioning and I'm talking to you right now. That's because I have that going on. Well, something's not going right there. Something's not flying. I was born that way. So I've got to do something. And you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you need some caffeine to get going, more than another person. Some people need to smoke cigarettes and take nicotine so that way they can get going in comparison to someone else. And you need the alcohol so that way you can function, so that way you can think the next day. Because if you stop drinking the alcohol, so this is what I'm saying, there's something going on there in the mind that has something to do with what we're taking in, so that way we are functioning, and a detriment to our brain functioning, is what I'm saying. And that's really up to you if you want to dig on that too. I'm sharing this with you. It's my gift to you. This is something that I've played around with for many years. So it's something I've been playing with and checking this and checking that with things I take in and singling things out. So if you have any questions or any of that, let me know. Have a very wonderful day. Best to you.